When you've come to the point in yo-yoing where you realize you want to compete, you want to get up on that stage, and you want to just have fun, win some trophies, it's a lot of fun, really, believe me. But when you don't know the judging system, and you don't know what tricks score or how they're scored altogether, it doesn't make it very fun, and it really isn't. So I'll help you out here today and give you a little bit of my personal view on how yo-yoing is scored. In this video, I'm only going to cover the technical aspect of judging and not the performance. The performance makes up 40% of your total score. It is very important. A lot of players who lack technical skill may find a lot of use in this category. It's very helpful. But beginning with technical here, and what exactly scores, how it scores, and how it all constitutes itself together. Generally, on a yo-yo competition, players perform between 1 to 3 minutes. During this time, judges use tally counters. These tally counters judge how many times the player lands on the string. I am being very generic here. Advanced string maneuvers, because it's expected that you can land something as a trapeze or a basic underpass. These things are generally expected. But every time you land on a string, you get 1 click. Every time you do a really hard string landing, 2 clicks. You do something like blows everybody's mind, 3 clicks. And I've seen higher clicks, like 6 click mirror cam Eiffel Tower stuff. A lot of fun, really cool tricks, really hard. And that's another very subjective idea, as you'll hear me say the word subjective a lot, because majority of this is very subjective. Like judging in the yo-yo community, very subjective, very difficult to explain how subjective it is, because it's subjective, but everybody kind of has the same brain, if that makes sense to you. But we essentially judge based on that, and let's say highest scoring player of the day gets a whopping 20 clicks with no misses. Well, let's say his runner-up scores 10 clicks. 10 is what percent of 20? 10 is half of 20, 50%. Because the guy who scored 20 clicks was the highest scoring player of the day, his score will be normalized between a scale of 0 to 60 points. These 60 points are the percents that make up the 60% of your technical evaluation score. When you are normalizing your scores, you as a player, is based off the highest scoring player of the day. If all judges agree that you were the highest scoring player of the day, you will be awarded the full 60 points, and so on and so forth. Say, for instance, you scored 20% of the highest scoring player, you would receive 20% of the 60 points, and so on and so forth, as it's based off for every player. For instance, a lot of players get confused, like, so is it 60 points distributed between all the players? No, it's 60 points, 60 points, 60 points across everybody. So if I scored 60 points, right, my runner-up scored, say, 30 points, he scored half of what I did, therefore he gets half of his point total of 60. Everybody gets the opportunity to earn 60 points, but not everybody gets the 60 points, if that makes sense. Moving along, generally after scores are averaged and normalized, some judges may feel the need to redo a routine, so they'll watch a high quality slow motion video of the routine in question. Generally, if the judges do not agree on what this player scored or who was the highest scoring player of the day, those 60 points will probably be allocated to a second player, or say the second highest scoring player of the day. And let's say if they didn't agree on the second highest, it goes down the whole list. Or they'll just say, who cares about the whole thing? Give everybody 50 and base it off of that. As I've seen, that's what happens. A lot of it's improv. A lot of it's not by the book, is what we find out. Later on, when you get really experienced in competition, you find that, yeah, a lot of judges don't go strictly by the book. And when you find judges who do, they're usually very inexperienced judges. And there's nothing wrong with that, don't get me wrong. I personally am not a great judge myself. I can judge, but not officially. So what constitutes what scores and how a string hit is? Well, generally, because just a string hit doesn't really score, because think about it. When you're going up at world's tier, you should be expected to do the basic things, you know. You got your rock the baby, landing on a trapeze, doing an underpass, trapeze and brother, Just basic things like that don't score, and they don't constitute as elements. Elements are basically defined as advanced string maneuvers between the gap of the yo-yo and the yo-yo string. Therefore, difficult binds, horizontal, whatnot, all that stuff scores. So, for instance, if I do a combo, I'll tell you what scores and what doesn't. In this combo, which I'm about to do, this does not score. This scores because it's an advanced string maneuver between these two fingers as a chopsticks. This does not score because I am landing back into a trapeze. Oops, I missed here, but that's normal in yo-yo competition. It's very normal. Oh wow, I keep missing. Long story short, that would be one click. Trapeze and brother, that's no clicking because it's a simple element. You whip, one click, you chop. It's a fairly simple element. That one may or may not score one click or nothing. You go on double on, doesn't necessarily score. Again, doesn't necessarily score, one click, and then you land a tension hook, and then you get one click, and then you continue with your combos as per usual. As you see, that's kind of how it works. So, long story short, an element is an advanced string maneuver between the gap of the yo-yo and the yo-yo string itself. Generally not a basic string hit like a trapeze, but something advanced such as a hook, which is my personal favorite trick. I have a reputation for being excessive with my hooks. I had to stop the grind, but that's how it goes. But hopefully this was a little informative for you. I didn't go into too much depth of how that all works. I will post 2 videos in the description which are very helpful. Gentry Stein with YoYoTricks.com, how he explains judging, very good. It's from the How to Be a Yo-Yo Champion tutorial series. Amazing. Definitely go give them a like and subscribe if you're not already subbed. Justin Dauer dropped a video, very good. His video goes into a little bit more depth than Gentry's, and it's a little bit more up to date and modern. So check that one out too. Thank you for watching.